welcome back to the F1 Journal and to another video. Now, what dominated the 70th anniversary Grand Prix weekend was the Racing Point and Renault Ferrari, a whole load of teams, saga, in which Racing Point were deducted £361,000 and 15 points. Now, I'm going to explain to you today what happened and what all the fallout is about. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Racing Point's F1 chief, Otmar Szafnauer, says the FIA steward ruling over the design of its brake ducts is bewildering, but is happy the car is legal. Following multiple protests from Renault, the FIA stewards announced on Friday that Racing Point had breached sporting regulations in the design of the brake ducts for its RP20 car. Racing Point has been docked 15 points in the Constructors' Championship and handed a €400,000 fine, but it is allowed to continue using the brake ducts for the remainder of the year. Szafnauer was pleased that the team could continue to use the part, but did not feel it had been made clear in the sporting regulations that its design process was outlawed. That's good news from the judgment that the car is completely legal from a technical perspective, so we can continue to run the brake ducts, said Szafnauer. It's just a matter of process, which is in the sporting regulations. We read the sporting regulations. There is nothing specific in there which says we couldn't do what we did. Other teams have done exactly the same, probably even more than what we did in a way. It's a bit bewildering. However, we now have to decide whether our punishment is one that we should appeal. But like I said, the good news is we can continue to run this car as it is here and thereafter as it's legal. The FIA did not accept Racing Point's argument that it had been designed for the RP20 car from scratch, deeming Mercedes had been the principal designer of the part. Brake ducts were non-listed parts last year, which could be supplied to customers, but no longer are classified in the same way. Szafnauer said the brake ducts were the only part that had undergone such a change for the 2020 season, in a move that Racing Point actually helped facilitate. There's only one part of the car that went from a non-listed to a listed part, which is brake ducts, said Szafnauer. I was there in the strategy group meeting when we voted for this. I supported this, going from a non-listed part to a listed part. Some teams don't want this to happen, but others did. I think we were the swing vote. I supported Cyril, Beatball, of course, in charge of Renault, wholeheartedly on this. We started this process well before the brake ducts were even contemplated, moving from non-listed to listed. So it pains me and surprises me that the process has now been deemed not within the regulations. Rival team bosses in the paddock have said the case is crucial to defining future F1 models and the amount of sharing that happens between teams. Otmar felt that any concerns would be allied by the new regulations set to come into force for 2022, when a radical overhaul of the design of the cars is planned. I think all this kind of stuff should be addressed by the new rules in 2022, Szafnauer said. There are different categories of parts there, and it's just to adjust this. It becomes even more clear in 2022. The regulations have been pushed out a year because of the virus situation we find ourselves. This kind of issue will completely disappear. Now, it's been confirmed today that Ferrari and Renault will press ahead with protests, however Williams and McLaren's won't. We're just waiting to see if Racing Point will or not, and it should be an interesting few months to see where this develops, and it could really be important for F1's future. But anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments below and what punishment, if at all, Racing Point should face. Remember to subscribe to my other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description as below. That'd be greatly appreciated as well for F1 news. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.